you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Consumers, despite the challenges that they have with higher inflation, seem to be rebuilding their savings here at a time when they still have high savings from the pandemic. So I think this is a decent outlook for the health of the consumer.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. Not that anything, whatever he's saying is so untrue. Consumers are not building savings. Consumers are struggling. The only time they built savings was during COVID. And that was it. Because during COVID, remember the amount of money that was thrown at them. They could come home, sit at their house, get an unemployment check, get two of them. Run from their state, get one from the federal government. And they were saving a lot of money because, remember, they didn't have to pay their rent, they didn't have to pay their house payments, their mortgages, everything. It was moratorium. It was amazing. 33% of GDP. That was the savings. Today it's at 4.7. That's horrible. 4.7% is terrible. But, it's interesting today. We have a rally going in the tech stocks. And people just don't understand what's going on. I keep hearing these people on the Fake Business Network keep telling everybody, this is it. Don't forget, we got the big tech rally. We don't have a big tech rally. These are called snapbacks. I showed my members this today, my gang members, and yesterday. Don't get caught in this. Don't get caught. All these tech stocks where they're short covering, I'm telling you, I remember, do you remember going back to, here, let's just take one stock. If you go back and take AVGO. AVGO, we had after that stock got clobbered, we went in and we started to buy all those stocks around January 6th. And we got big rallies on these stocks. big rallies. And now and then again, now they're starting to collapse again. But in the last couple of days, what have they been doing? They've been trying to push this market back up. I also told my members, go take a look at the 50 and the 200-day moving average. Look at the S&P and look at the NASDAQ. I said they're going to do everything to make sure we don't break through that 200-day moving average and 50-day moving average. I said they're going to try to make sure that the Qs don't break through, and they're going to try to make sure the S&P doesn't break through. They're going to play any game they can to try to get this market to stay above those moving averages, because they know if the S&P and the NASDAQ, which for the last 5 weeks now, this market for the last 5 weeks have been negative. Every day we have a negative closing. So they're in there right now trying to do anything they can to pop this market, especially the big tech stocks. And if you start buying these tech stocks right now and you start following the crowd, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money. And I'm looking on my charts, which is my color-coded charts, and a lot of these snapbacks is nothing but short covering again. And they're creating this short covering. It's not like there's new money coming in and these stocks are starting to rally. I'm looking at Apple. Now, they've been trying to snap back Apple now in the last 2 days. You got to wait till they make new highs. You got to wait till they got good volume, or you're going to get slammed again. How many times were you told to buy on a dip? You lost money buying a dip. You keep losing money. It's the same thing with this. So be very careful when you're listening to these guys and gals, okay, on these fake business news networks, and they're all excited, telling you we're in this new big tech rally. It's not true. Not true. The same problems that we had that took this market down 38%, nothing has changed. All that's changed is they got better at selling nonsense. And that's what they do. It's unbelievable. People have no idea that this market is in such bad shape, and this market is going to continue to go lower, much lower. Much lower. But please don't be jumping into these tech stocks. Google, Apple, all these stocks that are moving up today. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. I mean, take a look at Adobe. Up 2 days in a row. If you're buying Adobe on this snapback, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money because it's going to come right back down. Because if you look at the long-term trend of these stocks, all these tech stocks, they're still down. We still have more sellers than we have buyers. And that's the beautiful thing with my charts. When I look at my charts, they're staying red. So when you got Adobe going up from, let's say from, 321, it's up to 343 today, and people are jumping in buying it, you're going to get hurt. Because that's called short covering. Short covering. So please be careful. To understand what's going on and why this market is going to go so much lower, you have to really go back and take a look at the market. And don't forget, as I said to you yesterday, there is nothing wrong with debt. National debt, having national debt. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as that debt that keeps climbing is productive debt. We talked about that yesterday. If you have productive debt where every time Congress spends money, every time Congress goes and borrows money, or prints money, for every $1 they borrow and $1 they spend, as long as that investment comes back and they get another 30 cents on top of that worth of growth, economic growth, then you're doing fine. It's okay. Keep growing your national debt. It's okay. As long as it's productive debt, but not when it's helicopter money. Helicopter money is the American Rescue Plan. That's helicopter money. And because any kind of money that they're using for the welfare programs, all different welfare programs, That's not productive money. You don't, when the government spends money on these welfare programs like this new green energy, which mask all these welfare programs, when the government spends money, or like the American Rescue Plan, there's no value. There's no value. And all you have to do is look at how was your debt to your economic growth? So if your debt to GDP, if that ratio, it's at 60, you're okay. You're at 60, you're going to be okay. If Congress spends, as long as the debt to GDP ratio is at 60, meaning, just use a number, the government spends $1, they get that back, they get their investment back, and then they get 30 cents worth of growth, that's fine. But we're not there. We're at $1. we're at right now about 131, double that, 131, more than double. So that means this market is going to crater even more, going to go down more, because what's happening is all this debt that Biden is piling on is helicopter money. That debt is not productive, and he is spending like crazy. But you can't get this across to anyone. All they're going to see today is the tech stocks going up, and they're going to go nuts. I better get in. I'm going to buy on the dip. And I've warned you every time that's happened. This market is not going to keep going up. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. If you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. So again, I told my gang members this morning, I showed them on my chart. I said, when these tech stocks start moving up, you got to wait. You got to make sure that you have what we call a sweet spot. It's a pattern. On your stochastics, they have to be what we call a sweet spot. And the candlesticks have to turn green. That will assure you you're not going to lose money. But people who are buying these stocks, I'm looking at right now, Amazon. People are jumping and buying Amazon. The sweet spot has not developed, and the candlestick is red. But they're going to listen to all these people on the Fake Business Network, and they're going to jump into Amazon, and they're going to get killed. And the overall market is going to take another leg down. Listen, here's how it works. We talked about this yesterday. Congress can borrow all the money it wants. There's nothing wrong with increasing our debt, as long as that debt is productive, as long as we claw our investment back. Every dollar we invest, we get that back, and our economy grows by 30 cents. That means that you got to make sure that your debt to GDP ratio is no higher than 60. Listen to what I'm saying. No higher than 60. Once you get above 60, we're at 130. The problem becomes when Congress borrows money that they don't even get their investment back, and there's no growth. But they don't care. Members of Congress don't care. Or they wouldn't have the dismal record they've had, starting with Baby Bush. Here, think about this. Clinton, he starts out 1995 as president, right? Then we have the dot-com. They decided we got to do something. We got to get the economy going. Let's do dot-com. Let's do dot-com. And what happened? What happened? They're borrowing all kinds of money, printing money. But again, same thing. The money they were borrowing and printing, it wasn't productive. So 1995, he starts promoting all this .com. March 2000, boom, .com blows up. We wipe out $5 trillion. Investors lost $5 trillion. Bush gets elected in 2001. The economic growth was 1%. The national debt was $5 trillion. 9/11 hits. Boom. So what does he do? June 17th, 2002, about a year later, he runs up to Atlanta, Georgia. He makes a big speech. We can put light where there's darkness. Buy homes. Everybody's going to buy a home. And if you can't afford it, we're going to let you have a home. Again, there you go. Print more money, going to get into debt. And the problem with that kind of debt, it's not productive. So you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it with inflation. So what I was talking about you yesterday, what I'm talking about now, all this debt, all this money that the government borrows, if it's not productive, you end up with inflation. A lot of debt, a lot of inflation. And then your economy can't grow. So Bush gets elected 2001. The GDP was a lousy 1%. National debt was 5%. 9/11 hits. He runs up to Atlanta on June 17, 2002. And he says, we're going to put light where there's darkness. Let's start. Everybody buy a home. We're going to finance you. If you don't have a job, don't worry about it. You're going to get a house. 2006. Remember, they're taking borrowed money and borrowing money and borrowing money. Not productive. Because why? Because all the loans they were selling to Fannie and Freddie, remember? And in 2006, Fannie and Freddie were in deep trouble, but they kept it under wraps. And so they kept selling loans, all the banks would give anybody a loan. They didn't care if they couldn't make the payments. People were asking, what's the late payment? They didn't care. So all this borrowing of money wasn't productive. So what happens? Fannie and Freddie, big warning, 2006, 2007. 2008, bam, Fannie and Freddie, September 6, 2008, blows up. So we had to do what? We had to print more money to bail out Fannie and Freddie, $187 billion. Again, it's okay to go into debt. America can go into debt. Country can go into debt as long as it's productive. As long as every dollar we borrow, we get that back, and our economy grows by 30 cents. And that will only happen is if your debt to GDP ratio is at 60. So Fannie and Freddie blew up. Now remember the dates. That's September 6, 2008. September 15 comes, 2008. The housing crash. Housing crash now. Now they already knew in early 2006, Fannie and Freddie was in trouble. They already knew that the housing boom was over with in 2006, but they kept it alive, kept pumping money in, and the money's not productive. Inflation starts going up. Fannie and Freddie blows up, then the housing market blows up. And now they doubled the national debt. They doubled the national debt from $5 trillion in 2001 to $10 trillion in 2008. Now think about that. They doubled the debt, and that debt was not productive. That debt was helicopter money. See, that's what that money is. It's helicopter money. They throw the money out of the helicopter and just give it to the people so that they're heroes. Just give them money. Give them anything they want. Give them money so we keep the economy going. These are the politicians, the dirtbags we have. And if you don't learn the difference between helicopter money, if you don't understand what helicopter money is, and you don't understand what productive money is, you don't know the difference, and you're not going to know which way the economy is going, and you're going to lose your butt with your 401k. So there we are. That's 2008, housing crash. What happens next? Now we're in real trouble. And guess what? Our economy is collapsing, and it's not growing. Not growing. what happens next. I'm going to lead you right up to where we are, and you're going to see why this market's going to go down. And anybody who's buying these tech stocks today, you need your head examined.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, you know, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have two people on their show. One guy saying buy it. The other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Remember yesterday when I played this cut? Let me play it for you.
How is it possible for the market to go up, maybe not just day to day, but go up over a longer period of time when the two functions that make up the valuation of the market, the multiple and the earnings, both have downward pressure right now?
Because they manipulate the yield. A good example, I'm watching right now Amazon. On our color-coded chart, there's two things you look at before you execute, before you buy. One, you have to have what we call the sweet spot in place. It's just two lines going up. And then the candlesticks need to be green. When you look at Amazon, if you're listening to me and you can see a chart, or you can see the chart right here. If you have a mobile device, you can see my chart. And you can see where we got the stochastics are negative. See how they're crossing over going down, and the candlesticks are red. That's telling you, and that's the beautiful thing about the color-coded chart, as opposed to all these other charts, it tells you there's not enough investors, not enough institutions buying Amazon. They're not going to buy Amazon. You think hedge funds are going to buy Amazon, or you think insurance companies? What are you, nuts? They're not going to buy Amazon. They're not going to pay $19 for every $1 of earnings, or $15, or even $12. But my point is, all you do, well, everybody's chasing this stock right now, and they're going to lose money. You look, your sweet spot is heading down, and the candlestick is red. So you stay away from it because it's going to fail. It's going to fail. Because from where it dropped, from $114 to where it is now, $94, those are all sellers. You can't take those sellers out. This is nothing more than short set. Now, what they do is this. They're scared to death. Wall Street is scared to death. Okay? The Federal Reserve, scared to death. They do not want the S&P to drop through a critical support called the 50 and 200-day moving average. For the last 5 weeks, the market's been going down. What am I talking about, 5 weeks? For 66 weeks, the market has gone down. We're in one of the deepest downtrend channels we ever had. 66 weeks on the NASDAQ, 63 weeks on the S&P, downtrending. They can't. There's not enough buyers to get those stocks to go back up. So here's what they do. They don't want that S&P to break the 250-day moving average, and they don't want the NASDAQ to break the 50 and 200-day moving average, because what would happen is panic would come into the market, and the market would drop 1,200 points. Boom. So we've been watching this, and you can see what they're doing. So to try to get the S&P away from that 250-day moving average and trying to get the Qs, that's the big important one, the NASDAQ, try to get the Qs away. And you can see what they're doing. You see how they're pushing it. If you have a chart, a NASDAQ, a Qs, put up the Qs, and you see how they're, in the last 2 days, they've been pushing it away as it was going, heading, ready to break to the 50-day moving average. They're now pushing it away. How do they do that? They go in and they rig the bond market. They push the yields down. And every day, we live and die by the yields. I put up every morning for my gang. I put the 10-year Treasury yield, and I show them how to read the yield chart. And I'll show them, like, look, you can see them manipulating. You can see how they're manipulating the yield. So right now, they're pushing the yield down. What was the high? We had the other, 409, and now the yield is 396. That makes, when they do that, okay, that makes the market go up. So they manipulate the bond market, push the yield down, and the market goes up, and it keeps the S&P and the Q away from the 50 and 200-day moving average. If you have a chart, go do yourself a favor. Look at that. All right, let me move on because I'm running out of time. And so everybody is chasing stocks today. They have no idea what I'm talking about. If you're a gang member, you would. All right. So going back to why we're in such a mess after all these years, going back to 2008, we never fixed 2008. We keep doing the same thing since 2008. All the money that we keep on borrowing, we do it with, it's all helicopter money. Just throw it out. Welfare programs, anything, just throw it out there. It's not productive money. So here, again, in 2008, Fannie and Freddie, started 2006 rather, Fannie and Freddie was in deep trouble. All right? Because the housing market that Bush started in Atlanta on June 17, 2002, he said anybody can buy a house. You don't have to have a job. Don't worry about it. And then all the mortgages they're giving these people, they're putting them together and they're selling to Fannie and Freddie. And then Fannie and Freddie couldn't sell them. Nobody wanted them. 2006, they're being told, hey, we're in deep trouble. Bush, we're in trouble. He ignored it. 2008 comes, Fannie and Freddie blows up. No problem. Hey, we'll print $187 billion and we'll take care of Fannie and Freddie. Well, wait a minute. When you print to borrow $187 billion, that's not productive money. So if that's not productive money, you're in deep trouble. That becomes inflation. And then they keep rolling it over. They don't care. They're politicians. They don't care. What do they care? So now the housing crash, 2008, it starts. Fannie and Freddie blows up 2006. Now there's no place to sell the mortgages. Here we are, 2008. Housing crash. So now Bush has doubled the national debt and the economy's not growing. Think about this. He doubled the national debt and the economy's collapsing. So he doubles our debt from $5 trillion in 2001 to $10 trillion in 2008, and our economy's at zero. We're not growing. How the hell do you double your national debt, double it, and don't grow the economy? Because what are they doing? They're buying more debt. They're borrowing. All this debt is not productive. Now, what happens? So Bush now bails out AIG, $85 billion on September 17th. Print that money, borrow that money more. Wait a minute, 85, you're bailing out AIG? What are you, nuts? Oh, here you go again. We're borrowing more money that's not productive. Not productive money, helicopter money. So what does that mean? That means that our ratio of debt that we're carrying to how much our economy is growing is no longer at 60, it's heading towards 80, 90. That means every dollar that we borrow as a country, we don't get that back. And our economy's not growing. But they don't care. They're politicians. They look great. Hey, listen, look, we're bailing everybody out. So they bailed out $85 billion with Fannie, $140 billion, whatever the hell it was $87 billion with Fannie and Freddie. They doubled the national debt. I'm talking about stupid Bush, $5 trillion to $10 trillion. We aren't growing. Then Bush bails out AIG, borrows $85 billion. Then 3 days later, he bails out Lehman. None of that money's productive. They never fixed it. Our kids and grandkids are getting screwed now. Biden takes over, 2009, 2016. Economy was growing when they took over, 1.4%, pathetic. 2014, the economy was so shaky that the Federal Reserve pumped in $4.5 trillion so the economy wouldn't break. Nobody knew, wouldn't go down. Nobody knew about that. Over 8 years of Obama-Biden, they grew the economy by an anemic 1.5%. That's it. While the national debt, due to his expansion of his welfare state, increased from 10 trillion to 20 trillion. So they doubled. Bush doubles his debt. Then Obama takes over, doubles the debt, and the economy's not growing. Over with. Obama, Biden. So what happens now? Trump takes over in 2017 to 2020. So remember, you got Obama, Biden. Before that, you got Bush. And between those two, We went from 5 trillion to 20 trillion in debt and no growth. And you wonder why you got a problem today? And people are buying tech stocks today?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grady, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Bill, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
Okay, and please remember to listen to us on YouTube, Rumble, Apple, Facebook, okay? Our podcast. All right, now listen to what I'm telling you. So they decided it was an emergency today. We're getting too close, the S&P and the NASDAQ, the Qs, breaking through their key support, the 50 and 200-day moving average. They started to get fearful 2 days ago because they knew we'd end up with a 1,200-point drop in the market and we wouldn't be able to get it back. We'd be on our way for a whole new crash. So they turn around and they rig the yield. Easy to do. They can go in and they can take yields. They can buy the print money, buy the bonds, push yields down, push the market up, and push these tech stocks up and away so they can get the S&P and the NASDAQ away from the 50 and 200-day moving average. That's what they're doing. Now, understand, we've never fixed the problem that we had in 2008. So think about this. 2001, this is why we're going to go much lower. 2001, Bush, we had a $5 trillion national debt. The economy was not even growing, 1%. Let's fast forward. Obama comes in. The debt's no longer $5 trillion. The debt is $20 trillion, but we're not growing. We went from 1% to 1.4%. So think about this. We went from $5 trillion in debt to $20 trillion in debt, and we're hardly growing. We went from 1% to 1.4%. What are you, nuts? But see, they don't care. They don't care. This is all about getting reelected. Obamacare, all about getting reelected. Then what happens? Now it's over. Obama, done. He's getting out of office. 2016, December. Trump comes in 2017. He's elected, right? What does he do? He takes over, and the national debt goes from 20 trillion to 27 trillion. But guess what happens? Something happens. Our economy grows to 6.5%. Now, he's in office from 2017 to 2020, and the economy grows 6.5%. From 2001 under Bush to 2016, our economy grew 1% to 1.4%. Over all those years, over 20 years. But our debt has tripled. Trump comes in, does the tax cut. I don't care if you hate him. You got to give him credit. So he does this tax cut. So the money we're borrowing and the debt that went from 20 trillion to 27 trillion, the difference is that is not helicopter money. That's not helicopter money. That's productive debt. Productive debt. Biden comes in. Here we go. So Biden now comes in. He takes over Trump's 6.5 economic growth, 1.4% inflation. 12 months later, I'm going to do the American Rescue Plan. What the hell is the American Rescue Plan? What kind of money is he going to borrow? Is it going to be non-productive money? Or do you think it's going to be productive money? You think it's going to be helicopter money or productive? Which one do you think it's going to be? Helicopter money. So he comes in with a stupid American Rescue Plan that's all welfare, most of it. And we go from 6.5% economic growth. It collapses. It goes down. I think it went down to from 6.5. I think it dropped to 0.9. To 6.5 to under 1%. Inflation shot up once we got that American Rescue Plan from 1.4 under Trump, and under Biden, it shot up to 6.5. Think about what he did. He destroyed the country. Trump gives him an economic growth of 6.5. Inflation is 0.9. Within 12 months, he signs the American Rescue Plan. Biden, everything reverses. We lose the 6.5% economic growth. We lost it. It goes down to 1.4. We lost it. Inflation's going through the roof. Going through the roof. Are you kidding me? So there's the difference. So what they're doing now, and listen to what I'm saying. If we only in 2008, when the stock market crashed, if we only fixed it then, if we fixed it, we went into a recession, cleaned up our debt, cleaned up our balance sheet, made sure Congress start cutting expenses. No. So here we are, 2001. Now here we are, 2023. It took just, 1 year for Biden to turn around and destroy a 6.5% growth and inflation of just 1.4%. So the inflation goes up, I think, to 6%, and the 6.5% and growth goes down to, what is it? Almost nothing. Okay, we have no growth hardly at all. Yeah, here it is. Economic growth dropped from Trump's 6.5 to Biden's 0.9, under 1%. Inflation shot up from Trump's 1.4 inflation to Biden's 6.5. Just everything turned around. And why? Because you have the American Rescue Plan, you have all these other infrastructure plan, the Green New Deal plan, and that's all inflation. And so today I'm sitting here and I'm watching. I'm trying to do anything they can to make sure the S&P stays away from the 200-day moving average, the 50-day moving average. And how are they doing it? Go look at the bond market, and you see what they're doing. They're pushing the yields. They're pushing the yields down to push get that S&P up and out and away from the 200-day moving average. That's what they're doing. And the NASDAQ, the most important one, that's the one. And they're pushing the yields down to push that market away from the moving averages. So next week, let's watch it again. Let's watch these moving averages. What really happened today, what really panicked them, was what was going on in the last 5 weeks. Timing's everything. So in the last 5 weeks, this market, first of all, we're down 60 straight weeks in a row. The S&P, the NASDAQ, we're down 66 weeks. And just in the last 5 weeks, every night we closed the market, we're negative. This Monday, we were negative. Tuesday, we were negative. Wednesday, we were negative. They panicked. So Wednesday night, they come in with earnings, right? And this one company had pretty good earnings. Next morning, the market, you wake up, and it's up 11%. CRM is the company, CRM. Up 11%. So what the hell does the Federal Reserve do? The Federal Reserve, the president of the Federal Reserve in Atlanta comes out and says yesterday, Thursday, when that CRM went up 11%, he comes out right behind him and says to everybody, I just want to tell you, I'm the Federal Reserve chairman of Atlanta, and rates, we're not going to raise rates anymore. We're going to end it in the summer. And boom, the market went up. And then today, boom, the market goes up. Once you become our gang member, you're not going to have to worry whether the market's going up or not, because you're going to know why. You're going to know why. The problem with 85% of the people losing money in the stock market, they don't know how it works. 85% of the market people in the market have no idea why the market's going up. They have no idea how the yields are manipulated. And you really think our politicians care? They don't care if we have when they borrow money, whether it's productive or not. What do they care? As long as they get reelected. Join my gang, Phil's Gang.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.